People. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source, your source for dancehall, reggae, and our entertainment news. Now, people, we saw that there was a recently concluded clash between Alkaline, and we are speaking about squash, we are speaking about the six. And if there is one thing that I have learned, is that Alkaline is still a hot commodity. Regardless of what people want to say, he is always buzzing. He finds a way to make sure that he stays relevant, even without a hot song, or even when most people, the general consensus is that he lost the clash to squash. Now, people, when we look at this, we have to give him some sort of credit, because people, it is not easy to stay relevant without a hit song for a whole year. And people, we are talking about almost 9 going on to 10 months, because we are in September going on to October, and he has not found a hit song. You understand? So when people talk about fall off, did he fall off? Yes, if you compare the 2016 status to now, he did fall off. However, he is on a higher pedestal than most artists, most dancehall artists, than the typical dancehall artists. So it depends on who you ask. It is a matter of opinion. It is how you look at things. Most dancehall fans are going to say yes. The Alkaline stands the fans. The bloggers are going to say no. Point blank and period. Now, when I think about the saying that goes out of sight means out of mind, I see it applies to Alkaline. And even though he was hot in 2016, that is not the fact anymore. So when he was hot back in 2016, he could have avoided Jamaica because his name was still buzzing, because he had hot songs. And once the songs are hot, people are always going to gravitate to you. However, fast forward to 2019, he has consistent songs, he has good songs, he has average songs. However, an artist such as Alkaline, the expectations are high, the bar is set high, specifically by his fans, specifically by his stands, and more specifically by his bloggers, who always put him on a godlike status. So what I realize is that these fans, they are delusional, and people, I can understand that, I can accept that, because as fans of any artist, that is what you're supposed to do, ride or die. You are supposed to give that artist when they're high and when they are low. However, you have to still be realistic. If the artist is not finding a hit song, if the artist is not as relevant as he was in 2016, you have to state the facts, point blank and period. And people, that is exactly the facts. However, we see that when we look at the typical Alkaline fan, we are speaking about people that are in their teens. We are speaking about people who are in their lower 20s and maybe in them 30s. And also you have some people in them 40s and 50s that seems like they have Down syndrome. And the reason why I say this is the length, is the fact that they would go out on a limb and diss everybody and tell everybody to go suck out this and suck out that. Rete and Lele, they have no respect. And when you think about a person that is in their 30 or 40 or even worse in them 50, a cuss for your artist, it does not look right. Especially when they are cussing a female, and people will see it all over social media, specifically on YouTube. And we have to basically blame these bloggers, because it seems like they should know better. And people, you have to remember that these bloggers are supposed to be representing their channel. They are supposed to have credibility. And this is one of the problems that I find with dancehall bloggers, and that is why I took a break from the dancehall blogging for at least 6 to 7 months, because people, I saw that there was no respect, and I don't want to be classed as a blogger and as a dancehall blogger even worse, because we see that these bloggers don't have any respect, they don't have any credibility, and they are lie as hell. So my point is that I see it every day, especially with certain persons. They are hustling these Alkaline fans because they see that they are so desperate, so they pounce upon their vulnerability. Because them sister them need somebody that is fighting for them, and that is what they do. They try to seem like they are some superhero. Because the truth and the fact is that most of these bloggers would have struggled had it not been for Alkaline or the desperate Alkaline fans. So therefore they are preying upon these people. But because these people are so blind and have them head up at them ass, because they are so desperate and they need somebody to be fighting for their cause. Because people, the truth and the fact is that if your artist was hot, if your artist had hit songs, if your artist was buzzing locally and internationally, you do not need to tell lies. So the moral of the story is that people tell lie as a form of defense, as a form of desperation, and that is exactly what is going on, point blank and period. And people, when we look at why this war or this clash between Alkaline and Squash concluded, it was basically because of the BS videos that was put out on social media. And we saw that Alkaline first put out a video on social media with some idiots in the background that basically use a video that they got and dub their voice over it and act like they are gangsters. And what was even more surprising or disturbing is the fact that Alkaline endorsed this BS. And that was one of the reasons that, along with a video that was also posted of somebody defending Squash and the Six with the same sort of gun things. So people are artists. If una hot up on yourself and the popo intervene, what are you supposed to expect? That is exactly what you should have expected, because you know say Dancehall was getting a fight, and every reason that the popo get for intervene, that is exactly what they are going to do, and justifiably so. So when I listen to these bloggers claim that Squash lost the war on a technicality, I have to scratch my head and wonder and ponder. Are these people serious? Are they delusional? Are they crazy? Or they are just some compulsive liars? Because people, come on, we see everything that is going on. We see that Dancehall has been getting a fight from back in the 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010 and up until 2019. So nothing has changed. So as bloggers in the dancehall space, we cannot be selling a false agenda and act like we don't see, and act like we are blind, and act like we have on blinkers or blinders, because we know why Squash's manager we are speaking about, Heavy D, sent out that voice note, because he was looking about the best interest of both artists. He was looking about the best interest of dancehall, point blank and period. And we saw that Alkaline was desperate, and we saw that the bloggers pounce upon this, because like me say, it is called desperation, and desperate time calls for desperate measure. So that is why they did what they did. And one of the funniest things about this whole situation as it pertains to Alkaline's career and as it pertains to Vybz Kartel career, these people, we are talking about the vendetta fans, we are talking about the vendetta stands, and specifically these bloggers were comparing Alkaline to Vybz Kartel. Now people, if that is not the most asinine thing to say, if that is not the most boneheaded and delusional thing to think, because people remember he was struggling, there should not have been any debate between himself and Squash. Because some people say him win, some people say Squash win, some people say it was a draw. So people, my point is that there should not have been any dispute or any debate when we think about Alkaline and the status that these vendetta fans put him on, and the pedestal that they put him on. They act like he is almost godlike. They act like he was a golden child. They act like he was a new sensation, the Dalai Lama. They act like he was a golden child that was coming to save dancehall. And people, 6 years going in, 5 to 6 years going in, it seems like he is falling off. And people, when I say falling off, it is up to your own interpretation of what your expectations are. So therefore, if you are a fan of the artist and your expectations are very low, then you are going to say that he is still up there like he was back in 2016. However, if you are a typical dancehall fan that is a logical thinking person, you would have also noticed or seen the fall, point blank and period. So anyways, my point is this. Vybz Kartel has been incarcerated going on to almost 8 years or in excess of 8 years, and he is still relevant. He is still dropping songs that were voiced prior to 2011, prior to his incarceration, and they are still relevant. He is still the hot artist in a dancehall, point blank and period. And this is not even disputable or debatable. This is a concrete and sealed fact that everybody that knows music or knows dancehall know. Say Vybz Kartel is the MAN, point blank and period. And he should not be compared with that Alkaline or an artist on the caliber of Alkaline, especially an artist like Alkaline in 2019. So people, like me say, it is just my opinion, it is not the gospel. Your opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.